My fiancé's homophobic parents outed their 15-year-old daughter and are making her apologize publicly at church. My fiancé and I need serious help when it comes to dealing with this recent issue. My fiancé's parents are extremely, borderline psychopathic religious, but they've been worse to his 15-year-old sister than him. When he was growing up, they didn't force him to attend like her, and he admits that he was a golden child. He would miss church of sports, and their relationship was fine when he moved out because they weren't as strict on him. He was allowed to work and have secular friends, and they didn't make him do purity like she did. But we were recently made aware of something that will make us rescind their invitation before cutting them out of our lives. His dad made a Facebook rant about how he discovered my fiancé's sister is gay due to parental controls showing search history, and he also ranted about the importance of them as such. He also said he spoke to someone at church and that she probably will too. However, next Sunday, she's going to be prayed over during service in front of the whole church, and we're worried about her and how it seems she's being made to apologize for being gay in front of everyone. Edit. My fiancé was able to call his dad, and he asked if we'd be able to come up and see them this week. He didn't get into a confrontation on the phone because we figured that would hurt our chances of seeing her. He asked if we could come to attend church with them on Sunday, and he said we could come on Saturday and spend the night doing something on Saturday afternoon. So as of right now, we plan to drive up on Saturday morning, and we talked to one of our friends for advice that we're close with about what to do once we're there. The reason we asked if we could go to church with them was because of an idea I had. My fiancé asked if we could take her shopping when we go, and we've taken her shopping in the past without her parents. If she states that she doesn't feel comfortable with what her parents are making her do at church, would that be enough to drive her somewhere else like a hotel or back to our place to avoid it if she wants? Or would that interfere with any chances of being able to legally take her in before she's 18? We're considering a lawyer too and have looked up some this week that we're considering reaching out to. My fiancé's homophobic parents outed their 15-year-old daughter and are making her apologize publicly at church. The day my fiancé's sister was going to be made apologize finally came. But the day before that we spoke to the parents, her parents told us that they're going to have her talk to a leader at church about her being gay, and they said that they received prayer from others who saw the Facebook post along with those they called to vent. The only thing we challenged them on was why they felt the need to out her on Facebook, to which her father said that she needed support from others who would basically talk her out of her phase. When we suggested my fiancé and I trying to be a good example of a straight couple, they liked the idea and said they hoped our wedding would be a good example for her too. They also said that college would be off the table for her unless she showed change, and that's on top of privileges they took away too, such as her phone and being allowed to leave her house. We weren't able to talk to her one-on-one on Saturday because she stayed mostly in her room aside from greetings, and she ate dinner in her room alone as well. And when Sunday came, she rode in her parents' car while we followed them to church. At some point after worship, one of the pastors invited the three of them to come on stage, and they basically prayed for her while gently laying hands on her for about 5 minutes. In regards to his sister, she kept a straight face and wasn't crying or anything, and they didn't ask her to say anything either, which was a surprise. Her parents also took us to lunch afterwards, and she was rather quiet despite her parents telling her she did great and so forth. We left shortly after lunch because we had work on Monday, but her parents agreed to hang out with us again soon. And when I asked if we could try to talk to her ourselves to try and get through to her, they said we could next time we came over, although things have been difficult with my fiancé since my fiancé really wanted to go to support his sister, and he made the call to his dad to get permission to stay at their home over the weekend too. However, when some people came up to their family and talked to his sister and her parents after service, some people spoke to my fiancé and asked how he was, and he said it really bothered him a few days after. He grew up in that church, and he said that being there was somewhat traumatic when he didn't expect it to be. Some people asked why he stopped going among other things, but he's also had second thoughts about keeping in touch with his parents for his sister's sake since. Long story short, he said it was hard to not explode at them and play a face for those 2 days, and he's been hyper-focused on it the past few weeks too. He said the trauma's been eating at him when he's at work, and it's awoken some memories inside of him that he might have forgotten about since living away from them as an adult. He also wants to uninvite not just his parents, but every Christian relative from our wedding. I have no issue uninviting people from our wedding, and I also wanted to uninvite his parents, although we initially decided against it to keep a connection with his sister. He says he wants to talk to a therapist, but not couples therapy because there's some trauma he never told me from his childhood, and I want to respect his space until he's ready to talk about it.